Aloha, everyone. Today we are in paradise again on our 9-month Ultimate World Cruise. We're on the Kona coast of Hawaii.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the fullest.
And we're living that full life aboard Royal Caribbean's 9-month Ultimate World Cruise on Serenade of the Seas.
We sure are, and like you said, it is another day in paradise for us in Kona, Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
This was a tender port for us, so we had to catch a tender, but the boat came in early. It didn't take very long for them to get from Hilo to Kona around the island.
No.
So the ship got in early, and we took the little tender boats to the island.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing we did was we went to church at St. Michael's because it was a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Right, so we got our church fix in, and that was a very nice walk. It took about 10 to 15 minutes to walk from where the tender ports are down there. They were very welcoming, and in fact they gave us some shells.
They did. That was very, very sweet. Here, kind of a shell lay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I thought that was lovely.
Very friendly, very nice, yeah. So then after church, we walked back down right where the tender dropped us off, and that's where the tours leave from.
It was. So we were going on a snorkeling tour. We had to take about a 15-minute bus ride to the marina where our boat was, and we got on, and it was a nice boat.
Yeah, actually that was a little bit of a surprise. The tour operator switched the boat on us at the last minute. Normally on this adventure out to where we were going is the Captain Cook Monument to go snorkeling. Normally it's an inflatable type Zodiac kind of boat, not too small, but fairly small boat. And in our case, it was actually a very nice, large, almost diving or fishing style boat because the other operator, actually his son had a soccer game, I believe, and so they swapped a different charter.
Worked out in our favor.
Yeah, it was a very nice boat. And we took off from the marina and started heading out. And the first thing we saw was turtles right there.
We did. The turtle was just on the side of the wall, and a big sea turtle. It was just beautiful.
That was a nice way to start the trip. Yeah.
And then as we continued on, we got to see the coastline is gorgeous as the waves break against the lava coastline. It's just stunning all the way. But then we ran into whales.
Yes.
Well, we didn't run into whales.
That would be bad, yeah.
But we ran across some whales, and actually they were relatively close to our boat.
Right.
So we stopped and watched them, and typically whales will go in a group, at a pod of 3. There will be the mama, the baby, and then the male escort. But there were 5 in this group, and oh my goodness, they were just, it was the closest I'd been to whales in the wild.
Yeah, they were right in front of our boat. Yeah, they came up, and there are laws about how close you can get and all that. And our captain was very careful of those. We were just drifting, and the whales drifted up to our boat, and it was great. And it was actually kind of a nice surprise because I was so focused on us going snorkeling to the Captain Cook Monument Natural Preserve area that I didn't even realize we were going to do this amount of whale watching, and we spent quite a bit of time looking for whales, going around, and we had some wonderful sightings, like you said.
We sure did.
Yeah, and then we continued from the whale watching.
We continued on to the bay where the Captain Cook Monument is. The Captain Cook Monument, you can't drive to it. You can only get to it either through hiking or through the boat to get there. And when we got into the bay, we saw dolphins, and they were just frolicking and having such a good time. It was just a sight. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's like it was almost like a SeaWorld show. They're jumping and rolling, and they were everywhere, coming right up to people, and luckily these were bottlenose dolphins, Pacific bottlenose. So they were not spinner dolphins. Spinner dolphins, if they're there's a very strict laws about how far away you have to stay, etc. And with the bottlenose dolphins, the boats don't have to quite keep as far away. And now we still, again, our captain was very careful about protecting marine life and staying back and warning us not to go too near. Plus, dolphins, you don't want to get too near them anyway. They can, be a little aggressive or over playful, and you can actually get hurt if you get too close. But no, so it was a great experience there. So after watching the dolphins a little bit, we dove into the water and started our snorkeling. Now, one of the things you can see here, the large white obelisk-looking monument, that's the Captain Cook Monument. And just a very, very little history here. Captain Cook was really the first explorer to really deeply explore the Hawaiian Islands. He, on his third outing into the Pacific, he, discovered the Hawaiian Islands, and through some very unfortunate circumstances, had a conflict with the indigenous people there, after actually originally starting with fairly good relationships, and it went over because of some damage to the ship, and then there was a stolen lifeboat, and Captain Cook decided, to get the lifeboat back, he was going to, hold ransom the king there, and it ended up in a big conflict, and he ended up being killed, and this is now the monument there. As Nancy mentioned, one of the important things is, when you take a boat to snorkel here in Captain Cook Bay, if you take a commercial snorkeling tour, you cannot go ashore. This is a marine sanctuary. It is highly protected, so you have to stay actually more than 50 feet offshore and stay kind of back, and so you can snorkel. And it's still wonderful snorkeling, you just can't go. Now, you'll see pictures of people onshore. Now, what you can do there is, if you've hiked down, it's a couple-mile hike to get down there to the monument itself, or if you've kayaked out there yourself, not a commercial tour, you can then hop out of the kayak and go ashore that way. So that's why you don't see us going ashore here. It is a protected area, and we're not allowed to get within a certain range within the shore. But that said, the snorkeling was just wonderful.
Oh, it was. The marine life was incredible. Lots and lots of fish, beautiful colors on the fish, and the coral was just stunning too. So, and it was just, since the bay was so protected, there weren't waves, there wasn't a current, it was just a very easy snorkeling experience. A little on the chilly side, but an easy snorkel.
Yeah, well, it is winter in Hawaii. It's February while we're here, so that's expected. It's not as warm as if you came during the summer months. Right. And like you said, some of the fish and everything, well, yellow is your favorite color, and we really got into a group of this huge group of yellowfish, and there were triggerfish, there were all kinds of fish, and it was really nice. I snorkeled also around to one of the collapsing areas of lava around the side. There was kind of a cave there and tons of fish. It was a nice snorkeling adventure. It really was. Well, after our snorkeling, we got back on the boat.
They took us kind of back along the shoreline, and they showed us some of the little inlets that are created by all of the waves crashing, kind of the little cave inlets that the water makes. And it's just beautiful.
Right, lava tubes that had formed and then collapsed along the shoreline as the waves are crashing. And yeah, I just think they did a wonderful job on this snorkeling adventure. Tour. Well, in fact, it was one of those that exceeded our expectations. I truly was expecting them to just take us out, snorkel, take us back. There was so much more, and the guide was enthusiastic, informative. The guide
can make it, make it or break it.
Yes, they did. Both of the ladies that were our guides did a wonderful job, and we thank them for that. Right. So we then headed back to the marina, and then back, Kailua-Kona,
right, and then the little bus ride back to the port area.
Right. And then once we got there,
they had actually closed. So the third Sunday of every month, this is kind of a pro tip, I guess, if you're going to go to this area, is go on the third Sunday of the month, because they closed the street for several blocks, and it was just full of vendors selling, as some were commercial vendors, but others were crafters, and they were all selling their wares, and that was so much fun to go through and walk through. We ended up, well, I got me a little, I got my flower for my hair.
That's
but
right.
You and I got a couple of matching Hawaiian outfits.
Yeah, made in
here.
Hawaii.
Yeah, and that was sweet, because I really felt like I should have packed more to wear to the main dining room. I packed plenty of like my travel clothes and my expedition clothing, but the main dining room, I felt like I was a little lacking, so we got a couple of outfits there, which was quite nice.
And I love Hawaiian shirts made in Hawaii. And yeah, it was, I would say the same thing. I feel like people have asked us, how was your packing? What did you do, etc. That is the one area I feel like I was also lacking, is just didn't have enough variety of, nice collared shirts to wear to the main dining room. And so we kind of fixed that. So.
We did. Mm-hmm. We also had a shave ice while we were out and about.
We did. Yep. And that was very good. And you can see us, we just sat on the seawall, enjoyed our shave ice. You can see the ship in the background there. And then after our shave ice, we made our way back to the tender.
Right. We got back on the ship and cleaned up, ate dinner in the main dining room. And then we went to the headline show. It was a comedy danger juggler.
Yeah.
Aaron Bonk was his name, and he was quite good. The ship did not allow him to juggle his flaming swords, but
fire and cruise ships don't go together well.
He did show pictures of that, so it was cool.
Yeah.
But no, he was a good act. They've brought on some really great acts.
Yeah, that was a nice way to end the evening, and then we went ahead and headed to bed because tomorrow we're making our way to Oahu and Honolulu for a wonderful overnight and some tropical drinks and a nice luau.
That's right. Well, friends, thank you so much for being with us, and we appreciate you being here. We'll see you very soon. Have a great day.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.